Hi, welcome to this series wherein every day we are covering one chapter from this wonderful book, The Science of Getting Rich. And today we are at chapter 4, the first principle in the science of getting rich. Thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches from the formless stuff. The stuff from which all things are made is a substance that thinks, and a thought of form in this substance produces the form. Original substance moves according to its thought. Every form and process you see in the nature is a visible expression of a thought in original substance. You, me, the bird in the sky, the plants in your home, all the animals, everything what you see around has one factor in common, and that is the energy which is moving through all of us. We all are like different beads of a same garland, and that thread which joins all of us is the energy. आप सबको ऐसा लगेगा कि we all are very different. I'm taller, he's more dark, she is short. Irrespective how people appear, irrespective अलग अलग फूल जो होते हैं वो कैसे दिखते हैं, irrespective of all the forms, different forms you see in the nature. But there is one thread which is connecting all of us. A bird in the sky is having the same energy like you. The tiniest ant that you see carries the same energy. There's a tree which has thousands of leaves. The leaves appear so different. Some are dry, some are newly has come. But every leaf, no matter it's on the top of the tree or no matter it is in the branch below, but हर पत्ता पेड़ के साथ जुड़ा होता है. In the same way, this universe is one big tree. And no matter if your age is 30, I'm 40, you have a child who is 5, but we all are leaves of the same tree. Maybe we have different religions to follow, but the God which is breathing inside us, that energy has no religion. It's beyond religion. It's like blood. We all have the same color. So we all are connected to one common energy, which this author is saying is an original substance from which everything has come. आप इस सृष्टि में जो भी देख रहे हो उस एनर्जी की उपजात है. इस एनर्जी से ही सब कुछ आया है. आप उस एनर्जी को गॉड बोल दीजिए, यूनिवर्स बोल दीजिए, कोई भी नाम दीजिए. इट इज एक्चुअली नेमलेस. इट इज लाइक अ वाटर. पानी को हर रिलीजन में अपने अपने शब्दों में बयान किया जाता है. हिंदी में पानी बोलते हैं, इंग्लिश में वाटर बोलते हैं, बट द कोर एसेंस जो उसका होता है, इट कांट बी चेंज्ड. No one can change it. You can call water from different names, but you can't change the essence of it. So the author is saying that there is one original substance which has produced everything on the universe. And that original substance is in all of us. It's a God which is breathing inside all of us. It's a God who is in the child who is still in the womb. It's a God who is in the elderly, who is in the young, who is in the birds, in all these stars. So no matter what you see whatever you see around, whether you see a stone which is not moving, या आप किसी इंसान को देखते हो जो आपके आसपास है, सब पेड़ के अलग अलग पत्ते हैं, बट जिस पेड़ से कनेक्टेड है वो एक ही है. We all are connected to one common tree. So author has termed it as an original substance. और आप जो भी आसपास देख रहे हो, इनफैक्ट आप खुद भी, आप उसी ओरिजिनल सब्सटेंस से आए हो. So the first principle of the science of getting rich is understanding thought. आप और वो ओरिजिनल सब्सटेंस, which you call it as God or energy, is connected through thoughts. तो आपको अगर उस ओरिजिनल सब्सटेंस को कुछ कमांड देना तो अपने थॉट्स के थ्रू आप दे सकते हो. यू कैन थिंक अबाउट समथिंग and it is going to be a message for the original substance. It is like a command to the universe. As I said, this universe is a big genie and you are the Aladdin, and you just have to think about something to give a command to the universe. So the first principle of the science of getting rich is understanding your connection with this universe through thoughts. So if you know this thing, that whatever you are thinking is a command to the universe, so you become conscious about what you're thinking. And that is the first principle, that you should understand that your thought is so powerful and it is limitless. You can think about thousands of thoughts in a day, but every thought matters. It's like a water in the bucket. If you put a drop of red color in the water, it will turn red. You drop blue color, it will turn blue. So the water has no judgment which color you are putting in. In the same way, this universe has no judgments about what thoughts you're thinking. But even one single thought is a command to the universe. So every thought what you think is a command to the universe. So if you want to become rich, achieve your desires, so understand that the first step is, जो पहली सीढ़ी है वो आपके थॉट्स है. जो आप सोच रहे हो वो पहली सीढ़ी है. आपको इस दुनिया में कुछ भी अचीव करना हो, द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज योर थॉट्स. As the formless stuffs think of a form, it takes that form. As it thinks of a motion, it makes that motion. That is the way all things were created. We live in a thought world, which is a part of a thought universe. The thought of a moving universe extended throughout formless substance, and the thinking stuff moving according to that thought took the forms of systems of planets and maintains that form. Thinking substance takes the form of its thought and moves according to the thought. Holding the idea of a circling system of suns in the worlds, it takes the form of these bodies and moves them as it thinks. Thinking the form of a slow growing oak tree, it moves accordingly and produces the tree. Those centuries may be required to do the work in creating the formless seems to move according to the lines of motion it has established. The thought of an oak tree does not cause the instant formation of a full-grown tree, but it does start in motion the forces which will produce the tree along established lines of growth. So we live in a thought world. We all are connected through this energy which I told you. But if you need something in life, so thought is a form of communication. It's the first form of communication. So this original substance has this thought about itself, that it is a creator. And accordingly, it has created the sun and the moon and the stars and everything you see around. Its further thought is the movement. And this thought in the original substance is making this earth move. And we all are a thinking substance. We are the creator. We can have as much as fresh thoughts as much we want. So as a creator, as a thinking substance, we are thinking about something, and that is like a command to the original substance, and things are manifesting in your life. So whatever you have in your life right now, or whatever discoveries so far has been made by scientists, whatever it is, the first step was thought. So even the author is saying, when this world was created, this universe was created, the first thought came into existence, and that's how with that thought it has produced what you see around in the nature. It is not just it has thought about creating it. There's also a thought of maintenance, and that's how you see that sun is giving you light, the moon comes in the night, the birds fly in the sky. So whatever it is happening in the nature is the result of the thought in the original substance, is the result of the thought in God. God has thought that He has to create this beautiful world, and that's how the thought is the first step. Every morning the sun is fresh, and in the next millions of years, every morning the light is going to be fresh. So no matter so far how many millions of thoughts you have thought about inside you, you still have fresh thoughts every moment. It is your choice that do you have to have a fresh thought about something, or you want to hold to your old patterns and think the same thoughts, because your older thoughts have produced the life which you're living right now. Everything which you see around, the people, the house, the car you have, the friends you have, is a result of the thoughts you had in the past. And if today you are not happy with any of the aspect of what you have thought in the past, you can't undo it, but you can have the fresh thoughts which is going to give birth to new reality in the future. As the author has given the example of an oak tree, which takes time to become a tree. From the seed, it takes time to become a tree. But the moment the seed has gone, the process is started. The moment you take the first step, you have already begun the journey. So in the same way, the moment you think today, okay, I need to have the fresh thoughts. I need to change this perspective of my life. If you are not happy with the kind of money you have today and you need more, so all you have to do, take the first step and start thinking positively about money. Start thinking about your desires. And the moment you start thinking, you have begun the journey. So there's no need to undo the past. You can't undo the past. It will take time for you to forget the past which you don't like today. But you can transform it with the new reality, with the new outcome. So if today you don't have sufficient bank balance, but with this journey which we are doing through this book, you start attracting abundance and you start seeing the money is coming to you from all directions. That is your new reality. So once the new reality start to exist in your life, the older one is gone. जब भी आपकी लाइफ में आप कुछ ऐसी चीज पकड़ लेते हो जो ज्यादा बड़ी है, तो उससे जितनी भी छोटी चीज है वो खुद ही छूट जाती है. तो आपको अपने पास्ट में आपके नेगेटिव थॉट्स की वजह से या कुछ नेगेटिव पैटर्न की वजह से आपने कुछ ऐसा मैनिफेस्ट कर लिया जो आज आपकी लाइफ में है, बट यू आर नॉट हैप्पी विद इट, आप खुश नहीं हो उनसे. तो उससे लड़ने के बजाय आप अभी अपनी लाइफ में नए थॉट्स अपनाकर अपना फ्यूचर चेंज कर सकते हो. और जब आपका फ्यूचर चेंज हो जाता है, पास्ट खुद ही चला जाता है. इन द सेंस ऑफ जब आप एक कहीं ऐसी जगह पहुंच जाते हैं जो पहले की जगह से ज्यादा बड़ी है, तो छोटी चीजें खुद ही आपके हाथ से छूट जाती है. नो थॉट ऑफ फॉर्म कैन बी इम्प्रेस्ड अपॉन ओरिजिनल सब्सटेंस without causing the creation of the form. A person is a thinking center and can originate thought. All the forms that a person fashions with his hands must first exist in his thought. He cannot shape a thing until he has thought that thing. And so far, humankind has confined his efforts wholly to the work of his hands. He has applied manual labor to the world of forms, seeking to change or modify those already existing. Humankind has never thought of trying to cause the creation of new forms by impressing his thoughts upon formless substance. When a person has a thought form, he takes material form from the forms of nature and makes an image of the form which is in his mind. So there are two ways of living. One is the path of struggle, and another is the path of sacrifice, surrendering. Surrendering is the right word. So when you struggle, you only focus on working hard and hard. You are more focused on the body, on this physical life, this material world, wherein you feel that you have to work as hard as possible. And you also know there are people who are working harder than you, but still they don't have enough money like you. And even you are working hard, but compared to some people who are not working as hard as you, but still they are more rich. Because there's another path of surrendering, of trusting, of knowing the process. And if you know the process, life becomes much more beautiful for you. You manifest your desires faster. So the path of surrendering, I'm not talking about surrendering in the spiritual way. That is a different thing. But this, what I'm talking about, is a smallest part of it. Because the first part in surrendering is faith. And it is more scientific. Because you know that if you think about something in the metaphysical world, like in your body inside, whatever you're thinking, it's happening in some world, which we call it as metaphysical world, which you can't perceive with your five senses, but you know it exists. Because if you close your eyes and if I asked you to think about a pink elephant, you can see the pink elephant, but that pink elephant in reality is not there right now. So in the path of surrendering, you know that you have faith in the process, that whatever physical things exist in this world has first existed in the metaphysical world. The scientist, if they are working on something new, they're trying to discover something new, all they do first thing is they see that there is an outcome which is a possible. They see that in their thoughts in the metaphysical world. And if you could see something in the metaphysical world, know that it is only possible because it exists somewhere. I'll give you a small example. If you can just close your eyes and imagine that you have 10 lakh rupees in your bank account, you see your bank name, your bank branch, your bank account number, your name, everything is there. Only the available balance maybe today is, for example, 1 lakh rupees, but you can see in your metaphysical world, in your thoughts, that it is 10 lakhs. You can only see because there's a possibility that it could become 10 lakhs. So the scientists who are doing the new invention, and they feel that, okay, this reality we want to manifest, like how they have invented car for the first time, how the airplane was invented. So the first thing was that they could imagine, they could see a vision of it, a picture of it in their thoughts. And then when they have seen that in their thoughts and they have worked upon it, then it got manifested. So everything in this life first existed in your thoughts. So you can take apart the path of surrendering, wherein you surrender, you believe in this process that with thought you can manifest things in your life. Or you can choose the path of struggle, wherein you're not thinking anything, you're just working hard. And the life is giving you the outcome which is the best possible outcome you are expecting. But now with this path of surrendering, which I repeat, we're talking about the scientific surrendering, wherein you believe in this process, and now you know that okay, in my thought I could see this amount of bank balance, that means it is possible, and then you start working in that direction. Like if you have to reach to some end goal, before start running, you see the path which you have to run, and then you close your eyes and see yourself achieving that goal, and in your thoughts you see that you can achieve it, and then you put your efforts and reach there, instead of the path of struggle wherein you don't see the end point of it and you just start running and you don't know which way to run. So no matter how much more energy you put in, but your chances of reaching to the end point is going to be very less. It could be out of coincidence. But the moment you take this path, you follow, you believe in this process, and you know that no matter where I stand in the life today, I can change it. And the first step is by thinking about it, thinking positively about it. I know that it is possible for me to achieve. And if I can think about it, I can only think about it only because it is possible. The reality is possible to manifest in my life. So take the path of surrendering and have faith in the process. All the seemingly many elements are but different presentations of one element. All the many forms found in organic and inorganic nature are but different shapes made from the same stuff, the same energy which has manifested itself into different forms. And the stuff is a thinking stuff. A thought held in it produces the form of thought. Thought in thinking substance produce shapes. A human being is a thinking center capable of original thought. If a person can communicate his thought to original thinking substance, he can cause the creation or formation of the thing he thinks about. To summarize this, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the things that is imaged by the thought. Instead of the word original substance, let us reframe this with the word God. Then you will understand it at much better level. First, we assert that there is one God or substance from which all things are made. All the seemingly many elements are but different presentations of one element. All the many forms found in organic and inorganic nature are but different shapes made from the same stuff, and this stuff is God. A thought held in it produces the form of the thought. Thought in God produces shape. A human being is a thinking center capable of original thought, capable of godliness. If a person can communicate his thought to God, he can cause the creation or formation of the thing he thinks about. To summarize this now, there is a God from which all things are made, and in which, in its original substate, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in God produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. So God is everywhere in everything. A thought is everywhere and everything. And you are the creator. You are holding the same power as God. So how God has thought about sun, and the sun was created. Even you have the power of creation. Because the God is inside you also. Because you are one with this original thought, which is God. So the moment you think about something, like how God has thought about this universe, the moment you think about something, you start creating that thing. The process takes longer. The manifestation, the physical manifestation for you takes a little while. If the God has to think about anything with total conviction, That's the only difference between you and God. What you think, you don't have a complete conviction on it. With complete conviction, God says, let there be light. But when you say the same thing, you don't believe in it. Your belief is not total. And that is why it is taking for time for you to manifest. But the moment you start thinking the same thoughts again and again, for example, a Mercedes car, and you keep thinking about it again and again, you give the same thought, you repeat the same thought, gradually it is physicalized and it is manifested in your life. A person's way of doing things is the direct result of the way he thinks about the things. A person can form things in his thoughts, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. I'll reframe the same word with God. A person can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon God, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. To think what you want to think is to think truth, regardless of appearances. It might happen that you have this desire that in the next 5 years you want to see 1 crore rupees balance in your account. But the present situation is completely different. You don't have job, you're not into any business, you don't have any family support, your friends are not ready to lend you money, every door is closed. But that is just an appearance. That is not a truth. The truth is that you could be able to see that bank balance in your metaphysical world. As God, as holding the power of God, if you can think this reality, okay, if you can think this thing, okay, my bank balance, 1 crore rupees balance, that is the truth. Rest all are appearances. So if you are thinking, if you are holding some desire and you want to achieve it, you have to only hold to your thoughts, to the positive thoughts that it is possible for you, and you have to keep seeing that, keep living that reality as if it is part of you today in your thoughts. And you have to ignore all the appearances, no matter what people say to you, that it is not possible, okay, you don't have enough, you're not enough creative. No matter what people are saying, no matter what is appearing around you, you have to hold to your godliness. That is, you have to hold to the truth, and you only know your truth. You can only think inside you. I can only think inside me. So if you can think about some reality, and if the people are trying to discourage you, so don't give energy to those words, to these people, or the appearances around you. All you have to focus and give energy and have faith on the thing, on the desire which you could be able to see in your thoughts. There is only abundance. There is only abundance. To look upon the appearance of poverty will produce corresponding forms in your own mind. Unless you hold to the truth that there is no poverty, there is only abundance. Even if you see a beggar, you have to see from this mindset that it's a seed which has a potential to become a tree. He is not becoming, that is his choice. But when you are taking this journey of manifestation, you have to stop seeing things which might form a corresponding thought in your mind. For example, if you read a newspaper and you get all the negative thoughts that economy is not doing well, and you are on the path of becoming rich, it might give you a negative thought against your own dreams. So the best thing is stop seeing these things and just focus on one thing, your desire. अर्जुन की तरह मछली की आंख पे आप नजर रखो. कितने लोग उस चांस को मिस कर बैठे, कितने लोग उस मछली की आंख को टारगेट नहीं कर पाए, कितने लोग आपको बोल रहे हैं हमसे नहीं होगा तो तुमसे नहीं होगा, तुम भी नहीं कर पाओगे. कितने लोग आपको बोल रहे हैं कि ओके, अगर आपने मैं तुमसे ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस हूँ, अगर मैं नहीं कर पाया तो तुम नहीं कर पाओगे. ऐसे बहुत लोग मिलेंगे. लेकिन आप अर्जुन की तरह मछली की आंख पे नज़र रखो और जितने भी आसपास डिस्करेजिंग लोग हैं उनको सुनना बंद कर दो. टू थिंक हेल्थ when surrounded by appearance of disease, or to think riches when in the middle of appearances of poverty requires power. But he who acquires this power becomes a mastermind. He can conquer fate. He can have what he wants. No matter you have zero bank balance, don't focus there. You have to focus on what you can become. You're a small seed, which people say has no potential. People see and pass comments as per their experiences, but you as a seed know your potential. You know that you can become the tallest tree. So what you have, your potential, hold on to that. The appearances may be different. Maybe today the reality is different. Maybe as a small seed, no one is watching you, no one is observing you. आप दिखाई भी नहीं देते लोगों को. But आप अपने आप को देखो, अपने आप को अपना पोटेंशियल समझो, and you just focus on your potential, that what you can become. आज एज अ सीड आपको लोग देख भी नहीं पा रहे, लेकिन जब आप पेड़ बन जाओगे, यही लोग आपके पास आके छाया लेंगे. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. There is God from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. A person can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the things he thinks about to be created. A person can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon God, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. If a doubt comes to you, cast it aside as a sin. अपने आप को प्यार नहीं करना सबसे बड़ा पाप है. As a soul, if you have come to this universe, you deserve to live in all the abundance, with all love, everything. No matter your past reality, no matter your present circumstances, if you stay to choose in the same circumstances, it is a sin. The science of getting rich begins with the absolute acceptance of this faith. Have faith. आप किसी भी टाइम पे मुझे सुन रहे हो, no matter you're listening to me today when I'm alive, or if one day when I've left this body, the truth is going to be the same. That is the beauty of the truth. It always stays fresh. It never stales. So the truth is, you are God in physical form, and you have the same potential and power of God. All you have to begin with faith and start focusing on your desires, start chasing your desires, and the first step is thought. और यहाँ तक अगर आपने मेरे को सुन लिया, that means there's a seed inside you which is asking you, which is inspiring you to put it in the ground and let it become the tallest tree. आप यहाँ तक अगर आपने मेरे को सुन लिया, इसका मतलब यही है कि आपके अंदर जो भी सीड है उसको पेड़ बनना है. So I wish you the best. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to serve you. Please watch all the videos of the series and other videos also. Subscribe to this channel, and I really look forward to create an opportunity to create a platform wherein you realize your God self. Thank you very much. My greetings to all inside of the